This is 3FM.
I care deeply about the island and I'm concerned about the challenges that we're facing. I feel that my professional expertise, capability, decision making and common sense can help us overcome these challenges. I've just finished my career in banking after 34 years, and the last 5 and a bit years was the managing director of Isle of Man Bank. So I believe that I have an in-depth understanding of the local island business economy and how it impacts on individuals as well, combined with my international expertise from Asia, from Europe, from UK and London. So I think I've got a lot to offer. I think the national challenges will impact all constituencies, but if we look at the local challenges, there's a lot about roads. I think I have a lot of concern about roads, particularly people crossing the very busy main road that goes through the constituency, the TT course obviously. And there's also some concern about a lack of amenities in terms of a shop. We have no convenience store in Santon, we have no convenience store in Glenvine or Crosby, so people feel like having to traipse in and out to Douglas all the time, and we need to fix that. For me, the national issue is about the economy. The economy is so important because that's what pays for our vital public services. So health and education is all dependent on the economy. We have some concerns about the economy. We've got Brexit. We've potentially got a population decline. So that's really where we need to focus a lot of our attention. Well, I would take practical measures, and I would argue and influence others that we need to take those measures to seek a consensus that we need to take action. There's been a lot of talk, but there's been not enough action in my view. So I would be taking practical measures to improve the economy in terms of relaxing work permits, looking at the cost of energy and telecoms here, looking at how effectively we implement the Enterprise Development Fund, and also looking to set up a very broad church think tank. There's a lot of expertise out in the island, and I'm not sure that we're really capitalising on that. So bringing the public sector and the private sector together from all areas. Well, government reform, I think you can improve any government process, and broadly I'm in agreement with the Lord Lisvane report. I think it's a range of measures, and I would suggest that we look to implement those over the next 5 years. We don't need to do them all immediately. It's not a year one priority. I think there's more important things. The economy, health and education are more important to the general public than constitutional reform, but we can fix it. In many ways, I think the quality of the people that we elect to the next House will have more bearing on our success than tinkering with the constitutional process. Not saying we shouldn't do it, but not sure it's a year one priority. I have grave concerns about the public sector pension scheme and the ever increasing deficit. It's just not sustainable. My strong recommendation would be that we close the existing scheme to new entrants and simultaneously set up a new money purchase scheme for people coming to join the government with a flexible cash alternative. This is the norm and has been the norm for well over 10, 15 years in the private sector, and really we need to stop talking about this and get on with it. Douglas Promenade. Well, I think in many ways that is just an example of the frustration that people have with the government in terms of the money that has been wasted in consultancy fees. I think is getting close to £1 million and nothing has happened. I am not convinced that the horse trams are an essential public service. I do understand that they are unique and it helps for special interest tourist visitors, and it's great, I think, that the Heritage Railways have really got their act together and increasing the number of visitors coming to the island for that. So weighing up all of those different factors, my view would be that we should have a shorter horse tram run. I think it should be single track between the Villa and the Terminus Tavern. It should not be running in peak hours, and it should not, I think, be the kind of holy grail that it seems to be at the moment. It's important, but actually we also have other priorities. So my view is that is the best option, and we need to move forward to try and move this thing forward quickly.
More music for the Isle of Man.
3FM.